What's good? What's good? It's another episode of Talk Yo Talk with my boy Justin Henry, Marcus Graves. We got a special guest, my guy, my teammate Pooh Jeter.
Yes, sir.
Man, appreciate you, Pooh, for coming on.
Oh man, appreciate y'all. I'm here. You feel
Yes,
me?
sir,
I'm gonna
man.
always do my part. So let's get it.
Yes, sir, man.
Yes,
So Pooh,
sir.
yeah, just a little bit about Pooh, man. Year 17 for Pooh. Been everywhere, man. Been started in the D League, man. The D, the D League,
Woo.
and then went overseas, played in the NBA. Is now my teammate on G League Ignite. Man, how just we talk about 17 years, man. Longevity, man. The journey, like, what's the grind been like for you, and just over the course of your career.
Well, man, first of all, I want to thank y'all for allowing me to be on y'all platform. I really
Yeah,
appreciate that. But man, like these last 17 seasons has just been like the most amazing things that I'm so thankful that God has part of my story. Like for real, man. Like I've always been a player like that always had to earn it. Like so like even going back before high school, like I tell people like I was on the freshman team.
yeah,
Like I was on the freshman team, bro. Like and the varsity team was so packed, and my head coach, Dewan Hurt, rest in peace. He had like a certain type of plan. He didn't want me playing JV because the JV coach was a baseball coach, and then
yeah,
like really have his foundation, and like the freshman coaches was his former players. So he was like, "Yo, like I'm gonna have you play freshman, get them type of like that run and be in shape. Then if I need you on varsity and practice, just so I was always at the gym from 8 in the morning to 8 at night.
yeah,
So that taught me so much. And like even like remember like in eighth grade, like I was one of the top eighth graders. So a lot of my like people I play AAU with, they was on JV and varsity, and like people used to be like, "Bro, you on freshman, bro?" Like, but I was like, "Yo, it was just a plan." But like, uh, I got moved up like in playoffs of my freshman year, so I skipped the JV dudes, but people already knew.
Yeah.
But it just that's when it really started. Like, okay, like I gotta earn it. Like
You
I gotta
said
earn
you
it. Be
said you
up.
was one of the top AAU players. Where you from?
I'm from the best city in the world, man. Like
Wait, well you
I'm from the best city on earth. You feel me? Like, and that's Los Angeles. Los
Los
I ain't mad
Angeles.
at that.
Yes, sir.
Angeles, man.
Real
And that's
man.
my opinion, man. We the best. We produce the best. So
Hey, man, just getting to know Pooh over the last couple of months, man. He real LA, bro. Like
for real,
everything circles back to LA, man. I always respected that about him. He be repping the city for sure.
yeah, for sure. I got to.
Yeah,
Like that's what natives do.
yeah,
Man,
man.
I'm a Laker fan though, so that's we already rock with you there. But you know what I'm saying? The Dodgers though, I ain't really a Dodger fan like that though. I got that Giants hat in the back. You can see it.
Right. So you from where
I'm
you
from
from?
Sacramento.
Oh, come on, man. Hey,
Yeah.
I have tremendous love for Sacramento, bro.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
I know for real. Like Sacramento, bro. Sacramento should be like my favorite NBA team, bro. Only
Yeah,
because, bro, they gave me the opportunity. Like,
yeah.
they gave me my opportunity to become a pro basketball player. Like,
Mhm.
from like 2006,
Hmm.
they gave me a partial guarantee, the contract to go to camp with the Kings. Then they gave me my full guarantee contract in 2010. So, like,
Yeah.
and Sacramento, like, really signed the most LA players.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't know that.
I did my research, bro. They signed the most SoCal players than any other NBA team.
yeah.
So, like, when it comes to Sacramento, I'ma always be a writer for Sac because they gave me my opportunity, made my dream come true of being an NBA player. Like, I
Yeah,
will
nah.
always rock with Sacramento.
Man, speaking of the Kings, man, and that year 2010 you played with them. Like, what was that experience, man? I know you started in the D League, you went overseas, just the grind to get to the league, man. How was that experience playing?
Well, the blessing definitely like, and I'm gonna just go back to like 2006. So you got to think 2006. I didn't go to Portsmouth. I went to University of Portland. Played 4 years. Was all conference 3 years. But when it came to my senior year, I had a great senior year. But the rest of the East Coast of the world didn't really like know about me. So when it came to like doing like draft workouts, bro, I had two workouts for NBA teams. Like one with the Lakers, bro. I did three workouts with the Kings.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, like this is with Jeff Petrie. They didn't even have a coach. So being with in that situation and like having three, like that's like people don't work out with NBA teams for like three times. So that's when like the love like really began, and like then doing like two summer leagues in '06 and '07 with the Kings. Like so I already had like a history with him. Like Pete, like Pete Youngman, like the trainer, like he was there. So I've been knowing Pete, that who's our trainer now with the Ignite for the like I've been knowing him the last 17 seasons. So going back and getting my full guarantee contract with the Kings in 2010 was like, oh, I'm rocking with them even more. Like
Yeah.
for real, bro, because
Yeah.
it's like they gave me the opportunities. Of course, like me playing 5 years NBA Summer League, it was other teams, but they was always the ones to be serious. So getting that full guarantee contract in 2010 was like, man, I finally made it.
Yeah,
And
That's dope.
the head coach was Paul Westphal, rest in
Yeah.
peace. He knew me from Pepperdine. Pepperdine was in our conference, so so he already had that type of, oh, I know him. I
yeah,
know what Pooh do. And the GM at that time in 2006 was still there, Jeff Petrie and
Mm-hmm.
Wayne Cooper. Dang, another rest in peace.
Yeah.
Um, so like being back with the Kings around that time with Francisco Garcia,
Yeah.
Flacco, like that was like my bro. That was like my closest friend on the team. Of course, I'm cool. I was cool with everybody, but me and Cisco already had our relationship from back then to rookie. Like, but I was a rookie. That was like the most craziest part. I was a 27, 20-year-old,
Like a
27,
rookie, right?
28-year-old rookie, and I'm like, with DeMarcus Cousins and Hassan Whiteside, who ended
yeah,
up having
I remember that picture actually. There was the picture. You're standing
right,
there and they're I do remember that. You guys had the jerseys on in the media
right.
day
I
thing.
got the ball
Yeah.
right here. You feel me? I'm over
Yeah,
here trying to be tall with
because they
like,
was tall and you was you a little short. I ain't gonna lie.
you know. So, but that just having that
That's funny.
opportunity, and and if I was like the third point guard, with Bana Udry and Tyreek.
Yeah.
In the NBA, shoot, you'll get your chance and opportunity. It's a long season,
yeah,
so I ended up like really cracking the rotation for like 2-3 months, and like
mm-hmm.
having like Pooh's corner, like bro, I was
Yeah.
rocking this track, man, bro. Like
yeah,
real, like it was that type of vibe, but already having that preparation of summertime, always playing with pros, it was just normal, you
yeah,
know and playing in Europe 3 years before that, and then getting to the league, and it's like a lot more space, and now you like really fitting in. So like, man, that was a amazing experience. Like I
Yeah.
will always forever cherish.
The Kings they were fun to watch back then, man, and the NBA was kind of fun to watch back then, man, because 2010 that's when like the whole Kobe LeBron thing was going on, man. Going through that 82 game season, what's like your most memorable part of that season?
Oh man, one of them definitely was I'm a Steve Nash, like bro, like Steve Nash. I used to study Steve Nash, bro. I studied Chris Paul, on synergy. So like
Yep.
even like before that, like and being in Europe around them times, bro, I used to always be watching everything they did because they always had the ball and they was pick and roll monsters. So uh we was down, and bro, you gotta imagine around this time we was probably down certain games. If we down 20, then I know I go in the game. You
about
know,
time. Get ready. You better
I'm
start warming up.
over here freezing my calves. Like, oh,
yeah,
we gotta wake up now. We gotta wake up.
yeah,
So, imagine that fourth quarter, bro. I think we was against Phoenix and Sacramento. We was down probably like 17, 18. Put me in the game, bro. We came back and won. Like we did that
man.
against Steve Nash, and I'm already knowing. I'm like, bro, Pooh, you already know what Steve Nash does, bro. Like I studied him so much.
Knew
So
his game.
that win and that comeback, I think I probably had like 6 and 4 assists, and then we came back and won. I was like, dang, like so because and that's what like really draw like, hey, bro, the game is never over. Like
Yeah.
it's never over. Another one was I got my first start against the Celtics, right? And in Boston. And as I'm coming on the court, Shaq was like, "Hey, Pooh, man, you played good last game." And I was like, and I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, I wanted to say, like, bro, you was watching me? I wanted to say that so bad, like, bro, for real, like, you was watching that. But I was like, oh, thanks, bro.
Yeah.
But like,
Kept it cool.
but the game before, like, I had like a double against the Wizards, and I think we lost in overtime. But just that type of like, that love and respect, and like, of course, playing against in LA against my best friend mentor Baron Davis. We were real close. So like, playing against him in the Staples Center, like, was like, what? Like
Yeah.
I'm really finally here and playing against the Lakers, bro. Because we was getting blown out in LA, and I had 14 in the fourth. You feel me? Like, and it was like, dang, like I'm really able. But the city loved it so much, bro, because they watched me grind. Like at this
Yeah.
point, like there's no other players under 6 feet, like from the city that was making it to the league.
Well, Pooh, you
Yeah.
mentioned, kind of you coming in when your time was right, dropping 14 or having a double double. What's your thoughts on, because you've been through obviously the overseas circuit, it was the D League circuit, and then you got your chance with the Kings. When they say there's like a difference in talent level, do you feel like it's a difference in like skill set, or do you feel like it's a difference in opportunity? Because it seemed like when you came in, people knew who you were.
Yeah.
Shaq was checking for you, and it's like when you came in, you did your thing opportunity wise.
I think it's just how well prepared you are, right? Like, so I would go by, bro. I've always had that go get it mentality. Like, so I felt I was outworking everybody because of everybody was always looking at my height or isn't that so I always had to overdo it. And, being in LA and being best friends with Baron Davis and Trevor Ariza and Darrell Wright, bro. Like our summers was already like locked. I was already playing at UCLA at an early age because of BD and Earl Watson. I'm on them courts. Like, hey, Adam, this is before Rico was doing it. It was like, yo, Adam, like Earl was like, make sure that even if we not here, Pooh is on. So already having them type of vibes in college, I was like, oh, so by the time I get to the pros, man, I was locked in with so many players. Hey, bro, I'll never forget playing at Denver. This is when Chauncey and Carmelo was in Denver.
Yep.
So I check in the game, and Melo was like, "Hey, Chauncey, Pooh in," and I know I say, "Hey, man, don't even start all that. Don't even go on the post. Don't even do it." But like, that's the type of like the love that I was getting from the homies is like, bro, you made it, bro. You feel me? Like, because so many people saw the grind, but the preparation, like I was so prepared. It didn't matter. Like I played in EuroLeague, I played in Euro Cup, so by this time, like of me already having this type of relationship and training with Baron Davis, who I felt it was the best point guard in the world, like, man, I'm ready. Man, to put me against whoever. So it's just how prepared and where your mindset is of that moment.
That's dope.
Yeah, man. I'd say, like, I've always been a big believer, man. I don't think the best 450 players play in the NBA. Like, people overseas is killer, bro. Like, there's so many players overseas that's like real dogs, bro. Like,
right.
So I think it's definitely about preparation. I think it's also about like the best fit for NBA teams.
Right.
Because, man, overseas, like, there's some real dogs overseas, bro. But what I was gonna say, man, is like,
hey, as we're talking, this is my sister, this Tina Thompson calling me right now, bro. Like, that's how LA we are, bro. We so LA. hey, but to add on that, bro. To add on that, I really believe it's two things. I really believe, come on, 450 players, bro. It is tremendous players overseas, bro. And it's American players overseas that's choosing not to come to the NBA because they making more money. You feel me? And I always tell people that players overseas love the game more than NBA players. And only because of that is bro, it's players overseas that probably still haven't got a paycheck in 3, 4 months and still playing.
Yeah.
Ain't no strike, man.
Yeah.
Like they know eventually it's going to come, but when it like players overseas, international, they love the game more because it has to be not about the money,
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little
for
less professional, a little sketch, but you get to play
all right.
though.
Man,
Man.
let a late paycheck come in the NBA. Homie,
Yeah.
what? Late
It,
paycheck?
it'd
Come
be
on,
no
man.
game.
Getting a check on time overseas was like a week later. Oh,
Yeah.
like so. But I agree with you, like, bro. 450 players that's in the NBA. Come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
basketball is basketball. There's too many great players all over the world.
Yeah, man. And man, I mean, obviously a lot of great years overseas and obviously the NBA. Now you're moving into the back end. I mean, you still got I ain't gonna say the back end. I'm gonna just say
Yeah,
the further part of your career because Pooh
right.
still got game, bro, for real. But like moving into the Ignite role now as the veteran,
Yeah,
we kind of in the same role. I say you in more of a veteran role because you got more experience, more.
yeah, yeah.
What's that like? What's that mentality change from? Man, I gotta go kill to now. I gotta put this knowledge on the youngins.
Right. I think, bro. Once I got to China, right? Like, and my view on China was a little different when it comes to like the foreigners that come over, right? So, people would look at China because I did China. I played in China for 8 years. So people was looking at it more like, man, foreigners got to come over there and get buckets. Yes and no, right? I I feel they bring over the foreigners to do get buckets, but to also teach
Yeah.
and like to help the Chinese players become better. Like that's like if you invest in that part, that's what like woke me up a little more. I was like, dang, okay, like I am getting these buckets, this and that, but I'm helping these Chinese players become all-star players and
Mm-hmm.
become MVPs. Like it'll be times where in practice, I used to tell Coach Gong, I used to be like, Coach Gong, hey, I got the guards. Let me get the guards. Let me get the guards. You had the bigs, and we'll be able to do things like that. That was my longevity with Shandong. I was with Shandong for 4 years, bro.
Yeah.
So being with that, that's when I felt it really started. And I had a teammate, Ding, my bro. When I got there in 2012, I had a player Ding. If y'all remember, do y'all remember a Chinese player that was hooping in summer league with the Dallas Mavericks? That
Yes.
bro, he was like, bro, he used to have a crowd.
What's his name?
It's Ding Yuham. His name is Ding.
Ding. That was him.
Okay.
Yeah, but so
Okay.
he was, bro. I would never forget. We in the game going against Yi Team Guangdong. Yi Jinlian.
Yeah.
We were
Yep.
Yep.
against
Yep.
Yi Team, bro. He in the game, bro. He used to like how my work ethic. I work out before practice, after practice. So he used to do everything I used to do. So I between the legs, hezzy shot. We used to work on that, bro. He did it in a game and made the shot. Ran to me on the court like I did it. I'm like, wow. We gotta keep playing. But that's when it really started, right?
Yeah.
So like, so as you know, word travels. I was with Shandong for 4 years. I went to Tianjin, made them all-star players, like their Chinese guys, all-star players. Go to Fujian, did the same thing with an MVP with Wang. So when it came to Ignite, I was already like in the summertime getting with the youth. Like
Mm-hmm.
so, I'm like at LA, like I started having like all the top players in the city. Like yo, like come on, we work out together. Like push me because I'm gonna push you, but I also want to teach you so much more that I wish more pro players in every city that they would get back into their community to do the same thing. That's why we have our camps. It's called Hometown Favorites.
Yeah.
So when Ignite first started, bro, Sharif, Rod Strickland, B. Shaw, and the coaches, they was calling me like, yo, we doing this thing called Ignite. We would love for you to be a part of it. And at this time, I'm like, bro, what is it? Like, am I coaching? Am I hooping? Like, I didn't know what it was. And it was like, bro, nah, you just gonna be you. You gonna be playing this now. It's like, I said, let me just see it. Like, so I didn't play that first year.
Yeah.
Um, but my best friend, Bobby Brown, LB,
Yeah. Bobby.
uh,
Yeah.
Bobby, what your wants look like? Make sure y'all go get that merch.
Yeah.
Um, Bobby was playing with Jared Jack. So I'm watching a little more, and I'm like, oh, they playing. Oh, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Hey,
So
Bobby was getting to it. Bobby was getting to it in the bubble.
man, he was getting to it, bro.
Yeah.
So it was like, I'm like, oh, okay. So then B Sharp, goes and becomes a associate head coach for the Clippers. So when Jason Hart gets the job, Jason Hart, that's like, bro, that's like my big brother. I've been rocking with Heater, or I should say Coach Hart, since I was 13. So when he got the job, the question came about again. I said, for sure, I'll do it, bro. Like, I'll do it. But my mindset, I know what I'm signing up for. And that's how I'll tell all, the people. I don't really like calling like Marcus and all them vets, because I feel like they are still, in that prime,
Yeah.
like as they're entering. So I would say more like mentors, or you just got to figure out a right term for like Marcus, Eric, and Cam, and Aubrey, and the rest of our youngins. So, but it's more now like, okay, I need to be able to teach. I'm not tripping if I get subbed out. Like, I'm not tripping. Like, because it's not about me. Like, I have to be the example on and off the court. I have to be that example in practice.
Yeah.
So with Scoot, like, this is year 2 with Scoot. Like, me and
Talk
Scoot,
about Scoot, man, because Scoot is a dog.
like, so even like in my first time even being with Scoot, it dawned on me like in practice last year, like when I first got there, I said, bro, you 17? Bro, I'm 37, bro. I'm 20 years older than you, dog. And I gotta like, so I had to like catch up, but like with Scoot, and I know Marcus would tell you like Scoot is different, bro.
Different, bro.
Like,
I told him. We talked about it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Bro, he's different. He's not an average 17, 18-year-old. You feel me?
Mentally on the court.
Man, everything.
Both.
Bro, it's unreal. I compare him to people will be like, man, who you compare Scoot to? I'll be like, man, a young Mike Tyson. If a young Mike Tyson hoop, he'll be Scoot. Because that's his mindset. He's like on a kill mode.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how he is. And bro, how strong he is and how aggressive. Like, Scoot is real different. But at the same time, like having Scoot and Dyson, I'm just being me. Like, I just have to be the example, right? And I have to push them. I got to push Marcus. I got to push everybody because I also want to be I'm the vet. I'm the big homie. I want to make sure that you have all the right information to be better than me, and I've been having a pretty great career, and I'm so thankful God allowed me to be able to share, and be this messenger and servant. So if it's Marcus, I'll be like, hey, Marcus, this is what I see, bro. Woo, woo, woo. Or if it's whoever, it don't matter. I got to make sure that you come out this situation way more better than you came.
Well, that's dope, dog, because like a lot of people will probably go into that situation and think, I got to worry about getting my next bag. I got to worry about getting my next opportunity. And it seems like from what I see and what, I've heard, seems like y'all got a chill relationship and everybody's really there just to build the young core that's coming in. And it seems like you personally have just that coaching, that teaching mentality. You mentioned it overseas too. Yeah. I think a lot of people were bringing that overseas because the overseas talent is getting kind of crazy. You played against projected #1 pick coming from overseas, Victor Wembenyama. What was that experience like?
Yeah, that was different. Like, that was like, bro, imagine the creative player that you like put on NBA Live. I'm telling people my age. NBA, like NBA Live or 2K.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine like you creating that player to be. Everybody has done it. I know I did it. To be 7 whatever with a freaking handle and a jumper. Like, I think like it's like, dang, the creative player like really came true. And he really showed it. He showed it, man. He showed how special he was. I wasn't expecting that. Like, I wasn't expecting him to be able to do that back to back. But he's special. Like, and I just pray and hope that he stays healthy because like the people who are that height in the past hasn't had that too much longevity, right? It's always was something. But bro, if he able to come in, I look at him coming in like how Giannis, right?
Yeah.
Is it Giannis or Giannis?
Giannis.
Giannis,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I look at, bro, you remember when Giannis came in? He was skinny, this and that. Now he freaking bulked up. So it's like I'm like, yo,
Hey,
to get on that type of regimen right there, he gonna be crazy.
that's what I said, bro. We was talking about it a couple weeks ago, man. I was like, bro, if he get any type of strength to him, like, but you know what was crazy for me, like when I was watching him, I don't know if you can attest to this, like he was playing like a guard, bro. He wasn't even trying to like play over people.
Right.
Like at 7'5", like he was trying to go by you, which was
Right.
crazy to me. I'm like, bro, you 7'5", what you doing?
Right. It's even more crazy when people be like, man, is he really 7'5"? I'm like, bro, how am I supposed to know? Like, I don't think 7'5" people walking around, bro. Like,
Yeah.
bro, but nah, you right about that because he was showing that skill.
Yeah.
You know, like now he's back in Europe with so much confidence. He's just showing everything. You know,
we seen
but
the one leg threes
the
was
one
crazy.
leg is getting crazy. It's gonna get to a point. I'm like, dang, is he gonna do the Justin Denman? You feel me? Like Justin Denman, like he's a master in one leg.
Yeah. Nah, man. It's been, bro. It's been a cool, like, crazy experience with Ignite so far.
Yeah.
We talked about Scoop, man. Some of the other young guys, like, I know it's been for me at least. We've seen just, obviously a learning curve with the youngins, but like they on their way, man. We got, obviously people talk about Scoop, but some other youngins on the team, man. That's got a chance, bro, for real.
For real.
I mean, you can go down the list. Mojave King,
Mm-hmm.
CD Sissoko,
Mojave, like, and I didn't know Mojave before here, but Mojave is my sleeper. You know, like, because like, bro, we in practice, we getting a bump and feel. Like I tell people, our evaluation, Marcus and our evaluation is gonna be different from everybody else's because we're on the court. Yeah. You know, like we really getting that bump. We seeing how he responds to everything, and he's more like a gamer. Like Mojave, man, like, bro, like he really has bounce. I don't think he hasn't showed his bounce like that, but he's showing. I said, bro, by the time of November, as we start up till freaking March, April, my dude, if you do what you're supposed to be doing, your name should be getting called, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I got a 12-year-old in the house. We were watching the games, and I got a 12-year-old in the house who's like, AAU. He's pretty good shooter, defender. He's like, that's me, Mojave King, and he started microwave. Yeah, it's dope, man, because it's like he kind of was looking at him as inspiration. He's like, okay, I see him on there doing work, and then the next game he hit what 7 threes in the next game. So dude's a baller.
He just got to continue to have that confidence.
I played with so one of my homies played with him in college. He's from New Zealand, and he hit me probably like a month ago. He's like, "Oh, you playing with Mojave King?" I was like, "Yeah, like you know him." He's like, "Yeah, man, like bro, like he's supposed to be better than Josh Giddey. Like, people over there talking about him, like he's like really next up, man. I feel like in the NBA circles at least, he's kind of under the radar right now." But he's on his way up for real. He's been hooping this year.
And the thing is, he was like 3 years or 4 years ago or something like that. He was over like Giddey and Dyson. So I like more of his story because he's like the forgotten person, and now he's about to. I feel he should be able to do it like what Marjon Beauchamp did for us last year. You know, Mo don't need no plays. Like it's just like he's just gonna go and get a bucket. You know, and I just want to continue to work on the things that he needs to improve on, to become that type of player for that team.
Yeah, no.
But then we have like Leonard Miller. Like Leonard Miller had the chance to be able to, bro. If Leonard Miller world, he can do it all. Like from rebounding to like he could really push it when he want to push it. He could shoot it. He got so much bounce. Like I can't wait for him, to showcase even more of what we see, because I see Lotto when it comes to Leonard. I just want him to be able to show everybody.
Mm-hmm. I think the coolest thing for me too, man, is like you see these kids every day, like whether it's practice or a game, like they take a little step. Like it doesn't have to be crazy, but they taking like a little step forward.
Right.
And by the end of it all, man, like there's no telling where these kids can go, man. It's crazy because bro, me and Justin was talking about a couple weeks ago. We were talking about Scoop. Like, man, when I was 17, like, man, I was outside. I was playing video games. Like, I wasn't getting in the gym 3 times a day. Hell no. Come on, man.
And then school, hey, bro, it tripped me out last year as we're doing all that. And, school was my neighbor at our apartments, and I think I called him one time. I was like, "Man, school, where you at, man?" He was, "I'm at the park." I was like, "Oh, dang, what you doing at the park?" He said, "Man, I'm over here reading." I said, "Dang, we gotta go to Barnes and Noble." I said, okay, I got it, bro. That's what I'm saying. He's different, but as Marcus would tell you as well, as they're coming to Ignite, they're learning so much, and I'm like, dang, like nobody didn't really teach you that, like, when you was in high school, or like, so I'm really trying to, like, now I'm seeing it's like, dang, what they really being taught, before they make this step, it's like now they're getting more of a foundation.
Yeah.
Now they're getting a more foundation of basketball fundamentals.
Well, Pooh, I kind of want to touch on that real quick because you played in the year played in the league or played, hoop, 17-year career. I'm 36, about to be 37 as well. So I've seen a lot of hoop, man. And, during our time, we've seen a lot of different styles of hoop. Play has changed, obviously. The talent level has changed. In your experience, what's the talent level like now in the league, what you're going up against, versus when you first started playing your professional career? Do you see a huge gap talent-wise, being that you talked about like Scoop mentally and preparation, and Marcus, you touched on the hoop? Like, these guys are practicing all the time, playing in AAU tournaments every single weekend, going to trainers all week. You think that's affecting the talent level in the NBA right now?
You know what's so crazy about that too, bro? Because I would think we was playing more. Like, hey, Marcus, how old are you?
26.
26.
Young buck.
Yeah. So Justin, so like, I think we were like playing against grown men a little more. Like, we was going up to the park.
Go to the park, yep.
Yeah. Like, I think we was playing 21, and like, man, like a lot more. I think this generation is more of training.
Yeah.
It seemed like they gotta have a trainer. Yeah. Like, we wasn't getting no trainer. Like, I was my trainer. I'm in my front yard.
Yeah.
Just like making up drills and this.
Them and1 mixtapes was my trainer.
So they had, come on, bro. Like, that was our hoop. So I think that, like, the youngins now, this generation, have more access, to information because of the internet and YouTube and all that. We didn't have that. So I think they're missing a little more of a foundation. Like, when I was playing, I had, old school coaches, like, that was like teaching me so much. Then I went to college, of course. So I think that's just the difference. It's like, we used to go to the park and you had to wait 4 hours to go play, so but this generation, bro, they're way more athletic. Oh my God. It's even more crazy. Like, but we used to get pumped up off of it just doing a between the leg dunk.
Yeah.
Man, they're doing behind the back between the leg dunks now.
At like 16.
Well, it's people at these 24-hour fitnesses and all these other gyms doing these dunks.
Bro, I used to be hype when I used to slap backboard.
Oh,
when I slapped backboard on
the backboard or the pad.
Yeah. Man, when I slapped the glass, I was like, man, I got bounce. I got stupid bounce. I'm looking at these kids now, like, bro, Justin, bro, we get to practice sometimes. I'm talking about, we're not even in the gym for 5 minutes yet, bro, and dudes is
flying.
Boom! I'm like, yo, what are we doing?
Like,
who's that dude I was telling you about? I was saying you was throwing the oops to him all the time. What's his name?
Afe.
Oh my God, he got dumb bounce.
Bro,
yeah, Afe got bounce.
Afe be throwing the ball in. Like, we seen it like 3 times now. Like, throwing the ball in. I'll be like, dang, Afe.
Yeah. So,
like, I would say, like, of course, athletic wise, speed, but they just missing a foundation. Like, and knowing, like, the proper fundamentals of hooping.
Yeah. No, and I'd say, like, for sure, like, you talk about access and, access to information. Like, bro, these kids nowadays, especially Ignite, man, like, we was in Phoenix about a month ago, and Pooh tapped in with everybody, bro. He's tapped in the NBA world. He brings in CP to practice, Chris
Yeah.
Paul,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and first,
Like
me,
that.
I'm still like, damn, it's Chris Paul. I grew up watching Chris Paul, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it was crazy, like, just seeing like all the youngins, like, just whole face change, like their whole like demeanor. They're like, damn, like, this Chris Paul, bro. When I tell you, we could have talked to Chris Paul for 5 hours. Like,
But how we
That's
talked
dope.
for like we talked.
we talked to him for like an hour, but I'm talking about, bro. I had 15 more questions at least. Like,
That's
and,
dope.
it was crazy, bro. Just like how much information and access these kids want as well. Like, not only the access, but
Right.
like the want to like get better and the want to learn and get to know more. So I think that's something that's been surprising for me. Just being around the young dudes so far.
And it's like you gotta think everybody hooped. So if
Yeah,
it's Coach Jr. like, but he played in the NBA for 12 years. Then you have
yeah,
Sharif Abdurrahim and you have like us vets and mentor, like you have us. So like one thing, it's in my second year, none of the draft prospects was ever like they knew it. None of them.
yeah,
None of them. All they want, huh? What'd you say? Oh, come here, show me. Like,
That's
and I was
dope.
like, dang, like that's what I love more because they
hmm
not big head. Like these
yeah,
man, these prospects are like they know why they here, they know why we here, and they need to just get out as much information as they can. Now, we watch a lot of film and they just see the stuff they need to develop on, right? Like, and it's early on. They just got to continue to find ways of fixing that. Just
yeah,
fix it. What are you
yeah,
good at? Show your strengths. Like just show your strengths because you're gonna have to get back out there and you got and build these experiences. That's one of the
yeah,
best things. Dyson Daniels last year, man, like it started off. I was like, bro, and like Dyson and Scoot, or like that was our group. And he used to be like, dang, picking up dice or seeing them get ripped, this and that. Man, I was like, But when January hit, and
mm,
February hit,
Yeah, it started turning
and
up.
March hit, my barking, like it wasn't a bark no more. He is over there like, man, I'm used to all that now. What's up? Hey, look at the
man,
scoreboard.
Hmm.
Oh, I'll never forget that when CJ Miles came to our team, this was Dyson. And this one I was like, oh, he's different now. CJ Miles coming into our team. I put him in the group chat. CJ like, what up, everybody? Hey, drop me your name. He was like, hey, what's up? Dyson Daniels, aka Pooh's daddy. And I said, what? Man, but we didn't see that from him in like
yeah,
November, early on, October. We didn't see that. So I started seeing something different in his game change. He
uh-huh.
was 28, bro. He had a game. He had 21 points, 18 rebounds, 9. I used to be like, oh, he gets it. He
Yeah,
gets it now. And that's what it takes. Like it got to
Yep.
the point at the end, it was like graduation. Like, bro, the youngins and Jay Hart, Coach Hart gonna do it. He gonna have us, the vets, go against the youngins, and it's gonna be like, dang, like our bark ain't barking like that no more.
yeah.
We really used to it. So,
It's
and that's
crazy,
what
man.
we want.
Cause yeah, no, just we played. I played obviously in Stockton last year. We played Ignite, and first time we played y'all, Bobby Jackson was like, man, obviously they got some dude, Dyson Daniels. Okay, he gonna drive right, spin back, not a shooter, not
Yeah.
really a threat. Man, second time, a couple weeks, couple months later, we played. We like, damn, he doing that? Like, we like, it's the same dude that we talked about, non-threat.
Right.
Like, man, it's
We
crazy,
talked about
bro.
it a lot of it's a lot of the skill stuff, they do before. We're not playing as much, so then you go and you take the skill out of it. You take the showboat, and now you see a lot of the AAU circuit. It provides the platform to
Right.
go get your easy buckets, and you playing up against vets who have been in the game for a while. It changes when you play more, and I think it's dope that they get to play against you guys. People have been in the league in adult bodies. That adult strength hit a little bit different than that younger strength. So to me, I always thought that was pretty dope that they put this thing together. You think this is something that is a long-term thing? Like, is this always going to be there now?
I think so. To add on what you were saying as well, and Marcus was saying even last year, like you're playing against these G League players, bro. Like they looking at us and they trying to crack us because we have every scout at the game. Basically, we're on TV, so the energy that we're playing against with other teams is going to be way more different than playing against another G League team. It's like we ignite. So it's like, man, we on ESPN, or we on the app tonight, or I got family watching. It was a whole nother energy that or we were seeing. It was like, dang, so imagine going against that every night. If somebody trying to prove and they hanging with that. So I used to always tell the scouts and GMs, I said, man, y'all better be looking at that because we're playing against their A level.
Mm-hmm.
So, but to answer your question, I feel Ignite should definitely be around. I'm also trying to see how it's going to be because I know the age different is going to change, but to become a pro. But I think even if that don't work out, I think they'll come to Ignite and just continue to develop and and be a part of this great history that is creating.
Yeah, dope platform.
I mean, I'll say funny story about Ignite, bro. Like, so there's obviously people like Pooh was saying, people trying to get up for Ignite. I remember just watching some of the games and like dudes start picking up 94 full court. I'm like, man, you don't do that. Like, don't. I'm like, you don't do that. You trying to pick on the young dude, and then the young dude start killing him a little bit. They start backing off second half. Like, it just be fun. It'd be funny to watch, bro. Because like,
hey, low key, kind of saw it we saw that in the bubble. I remember in the bubble where I was watching the games, and I think Gary Payton Jr. was on. He was on the red jerseys. I can't remember what team he was on.
The Rio.
Yeah, Rio. Yep.
No, he's on 905. He was on the
905.
Yeah.
And he was picking him up. And who was it? It was who's the point guard?
Dacian Nix.
Dacian, yeah. And he was picking him up. And he was all in the shit the whole first half. And then Dacian started going at him. And it was like you saw the respect factor like towards as the game went on. You saw him start to earn some of that respect. I thought it was kind of funny.
Right. But that's the beauty of the development part. Like other G League players and making them better.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of G League players, bro, that should be up there, are making high level money international. Are they man? EuroLeague players, is Eurocup, man, some good players in this G League. So by them playing with that type of energy against our draft prospects is great. Because man, imagine who they about to be playing against, next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's close to home for you.
The preparation. The preparation is key, man.
Yo, you brought up you was from LA earlier. Who's some of the guys out of LA you like? Like who's like one of your top players? There's a lot of players from LA, right?
Give us your top 5 favorite players from LA, man. I know you gonna hurt some people's hearts, but
top 5 that's currently playing.
We'll do all currently, yeah.
All right, I'm trying to go all time,
All time, man. Like career for all time, it would be, you have, man, it's tough, man, because it's like who you taking, Baron? Who you taking, Baron Davis or Russell Westbrook?
That's tough, bro.
Give me Russ.
BD was cold though.
BD was incredible.
Yeah.
Like BD was really incredible. Like if you look at him,
he was
from when he was with the Hornets, not even with the Warriors, was with the Hornets, bro. He was destroying with handle strength, banging out he like him and people say him and Steve Francis, but he was more on that level. But you have Baron, you have Russ, then you have James. That's dang, Lamar. Then it's then Paul George, or you got Paul Pierce.
It's so many, bro.
It's a lot, yeah.
Bro, it's way.
But I gotta hear 5 though. Pooh, I gotta hear 5. I gotta hear 5.
Positions, it'll be
starting
NBA,
5. I like that.
NBA guys. Oh man, you have Sidney Wicks. You're man, who's Sidney Wicks? He was Sidney Wicks was if you look up Sidney Wicks, bro, he was I think he was he wasn't MVP. He's like rookie of the year, but he was like a big man, averaged like 19 and like 10 for his career. But you have like Tyson Chandler. I would say Tyson Chandler. My four man always. It's like, dang, is it Bill Lambier?
Ooh.
Is it like Keith Van Horn or like
I didn't know Van Horn's from LA.
Golden Camp? Bro, you feel me? That's why he got so much gangster in him. You know,
For real.
like, bro, I've been doing so much history, bro. Like, we about to announce something that we doing like these episodes. Like, we about to announce something amazing we about to do with like with LA. I can't really discuss it, but like I'm trying to think like a four man. Like I always say like Craig Smith. I always say on the Campbell. You got Christian Woods. I don't know.
So you got Tyson Chandler at the 5.
I say
Yeah.
okay. We got Tyson Chandler at the 5. Hold on, man. Let me go. I gotta go through my list. Hold
It
on.
sounded like it was either Van Horn. It sounded like either Van Horn or Lambier at the 4.
It's Tyson. Hold on, man. I gotta go into my notes.
LA got players, bro.
Bro,
Even like Kawhi out there.
Bro, it's way too many hoopers. But I'm gonna really get stuck at Russ and James was MVP, so like you gotta give them that 1-2 spot, right? But the 3 man, I'm missing out on something, man. Like
That's what I'm
where,
saying. Like Kawhi, Paul, George, like
bro? Like Kawhi would like say he's from. Kawhi would like tell you he's from Inland Empire. I think they got Clay
Moreno Valley, right?
Yeah, like Clay Thompson. Like where we put Clay? Like where we put these amazing hoopers? It's so tough for me, man.
I think about the guys who didn't even make the league. Some of the dudes that played even and didn't make the league. I remember Ed O'Bannon. He made the league though, right?
He made the league. Like then you got Marcus Johnson that was with the Bucks. Like,
oh yeah,
where you put Marcus Johnson at? He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So it's really tough. Like it's really a starting 5 for me. Like I can't even like.
All right.
But it'll be Russ. It'll be Russ, James, Paul Pierce as my 3. Then like I don't know who my 4. I know Tyson will be my 5, but I'm probably missing out on so many other people on my 5.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, I think Dennis Johnson that was with the Celtics back in the day. Like, hey, the people like Reggie Theus. Like Reggie Theus, remember the coach from Hang Time? Yeah, he's a head coach for Bethune-Cookman now. Bro, his career, he averaged 18 and 6.
Yeah, that's wild.
I used to have a Reggie Theus sack jersey.
For real?
Yeah, a little old school. It's old school when the throwback era.
Right.
Yeah. Nah, that's crazy, bro. But
I'm sorry I couldn't complete that list. But
you good?
Nah, you good, man.
Yeah,
but I just had to press you a little bit.
Way too many. Then it's like, why not put Lisa Leslie in there or Tina Thompson? Like, like why not? Like, we got some hooper.
Yeah, man. Nah, but nah, man. It was good, man. It's good to have you on the show, Pooh. Appreciate you tapping in with us, man. All the knowledge, all the information and shit you got, bro. We could go on for hours, bro.
Yeah, you know we can.
Yeah, we definitely got to have you back on, bro, for sure.
For sure.
Hey, anytime I got to Marcus, it was like I know we're supposed to do it weeks ago. I said, bro, just let me know.
It's good. It's love.
I ain't tripping. I always will make time out for my teammates. You feel me? Like all right, like what you need to do? Okay, cool. Like I carve out some time. It's all about priorities.
Yeah.
But for everybody watching out there, like man, just continue to give thanks no matter what happens in life, man. Just give thanks in all circumstances. Just keep pushing.
What you got going on? What you got going on outside of hoop, man? What you got going on? Anything
in
particular?
Oh wow, yeah. I have my shoe clothing store. It's called Laced. LacedLifestyle.com. Please shop online. I'm really it's probably like 12 Black-owned businesses, in the retail space that have like a Nike contract. I'm one of them. Laced, it stands for Los Angeles Creates Endless Dreams, because that's the truth.
That's tough.
So I have Laced, of course, at Laced South Bay. Please follow us. The Black Coaches Association. I teamed up, myself and Coach Jay Hart. We ended up, bringing back the Black Coach Association, where we're preparing coaches to be, ready for that opportunity, and
Yeah.
from the NBA level, college level, high school level, and the blessing of like being part of the Black Coach Association, I'm able to, as a pro player, help the inner city like get looked at. It's not just the high school coaches, it's not just the AAU coaches, it's pro players as well being involved in their recruitment.
Yeah.
So you can imagine like if Marcus in high school and he was in North Carolina at that
Yep.
time in high school,
Yeah. At the
like he
time.
had like CP vouching for and like talking to coaches. You don't think they gonna answer that phone call?
Yeah.
Like so I'll be telling like the like pro players from their city, I don't care if it's football, basketball, whatever, like be involved so you can help them. Like so even like the one that's not really getting recruited, like at that one high school, like who knows? It could be a Londale, like and I'll be like, hey, I had him in the gym with me. Like I saw him going against these other dudes, cracking them. Homie, look at him. My
Yeah.
word is gonna think about for real. Like you don't think I know who?
Yeah.
And
Nah.
some of the coaches is like the coaches be fans of hoopers. Imagine you get off the phone, you're like, oh man, shoot, I had DeMar call me earlier about a play. You feel me? Talking to their home, it's just real.
Yeah.
So like that's the blessing of like now me have a relationship with coaches at all levels. So that's like two things that I'm definitely been involved in our hometown favorites and about to be executive producer on this one project that we're working on. So it
Yeah.
just it don't stop, bro. It
Don't
don't stop.
stop, man. Pooh.
We
Pooh
have
got a lot.
practice, we do all our things, but shoot, when it comes to this part, it's like, all right, what we got going? Where we going? It's amazing having a team. You gotta have a team, bro. So.
Yeah. No, that's dope, man. And yeah, man. Everybody tap in with Pooh. Pooh Snickens on Instagram. And follow his journey with Laced and the Black Coach Association, man. And yeah, bro. Definitely honored to have you on, and definitely will get you back on soon, bro, for sure.
Sure, man. Peace, everybody. Grace, peace, and
Yes.
blessings for sure.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Pooh.
No problem.